This is Road to Master, the series where you'll be seeing every single lounge match I play as I try to hit Master Rank in competitive Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You'll be seeing the highs and the lows, the times where I pop off, and the times where I'm mauled. Now, if you don't want to miss a beat, hit that subscribe button and enjoy the video. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Road to Master. Today's a little bit different. The audio for the recording did not come through for my mic, but I got the game sound at least, so I got that part. But I'm going to be doing a little bit of post-commentary. I was meaning to do this like once a week anyways, so it kind of worked out. But yeah, I'm just going to show you guys my thought process and how I play the game in general, and hopefully can give you guys insight on how to get better in your game as well. And yeah, for this video specifically, I upped the quality quite a bit. I don't know if it's noticeable at all. So let me know if you notice any difference, because I haven't. So if you guys notice a difference, I'll keep it this way. But for the next like couple, it's gonna go back to what it normally was before. And then if you guys like it enough, then I'll come back to this quality. But if it's not if there's nothing noticeable about it, then I'm just going to keep doing the what I normally do, just because it takes up a very big file size. It's pretty huge, so I wouldn't be able to save as many videos and do much in advance. But if it's good enough to warrant it, then I might as well keep doing it. Either way, yeah, this is Dry Desert, so this is going to be a long-ass race, and even though I did this, it literally doesn't matter. So it's basically a track where you want to catch up late lap 2, early lap 3, and you can bag at this first set lap 3 sometimes, depending on what the situation is in the front. Tag is G, by the way. My teammate is Laguna, who's hit Master last season, so he's really good, and he's Ruby in this mogi, so I'm very lucky to be his mate, basically. And yeah, if I don't make something out of this, it's gonna be my fault. I mean, obviously he can do bad, but it's very likely that he's gonna do well, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, still bagging. Almost no one is running, by the way, so that's why people are still stopping as much as they are. A big thing to look for in general is the mini-map, and it's much easier to do it when you are not playing too. So like right now, you see the Shy Guy is like pretty close, so I can afford to stop here a lot, and I pull star here a lot of the times, and I do get it here. And even this next set I can bag, because first is just so close that I just want a star here so I can be invincible basically for the rest of the race. And I do get a star, which is really good. Like, I was really lucky to get a star, but like I wouldn't have been able to do it had I not stopped just that little tiny bit. And I'm not going to change my star this early because I wasn't guaranteed to pull shrooms. And then also, if you chain the star at the set, it just barely doesn't make it to the end of the cut. So knowing that, start up a little bit later and got first. So that was really nice. No shock the entire race of Dry, which is interesting. But that was mainly because nobody ran, so there was very little people at shock distance. But my teammate got 7th. Really good start. Now we're on Cheep Cheep Beach. And the track is not played very often. But I think we've already played it twice in the series. So that's pretty interesting. So yeah, I think the big thing about this track is you want to get into the lead early, and that shroom cut to the right can determine a lot. But fortunately, like almost no one shroomed up for me, so I'm just going to be in first, and I get all these coins myself, which is really nice. I'm already on 10. That guy got redded, so now I have a pretty decent break, and I have double defense as well. But yeah, a lot of getting good at this game is just time trialing, knowing what the best lines are to take. Because as long as you know what best lines are and you know how to do them, then, you know, when you're in first like this, you're able to take the best lines possible, and you're able to really take advantage. Because now look at my lead; it's quite sizable, just because I know the optimal lines of the track. And if I hadn't, then I would be much closer to the pack and much more likely to get hit by something random like a boomerang or a bomb or fire. But since I have this sizable lead, like, even though the shot comes here after set, I'm still in a pretty decent spot, so... Yeah, I'm in second now. I shouldn't have done the extra empty there. That was really bad. I just, basically, it was just like I was trying to get out of the way of the red, but I wasn't thinking too far ahead in terms of like the pole that I ended up hitting. But yeah, this is still an okay spot to be in. I'm on 8 coins. That guy dies. I'm going to be able to take the shroom cut here. Luckily, the red cracks on the ramp, which is really nice for me. And I pull extra shrooms as well. I just decided to shroom past this guy because I thought there was a red behind me. I'm able to take this double. And I pull triple nanas. I'm just going to take cut here. And then I see the horn, which I think I should have like slowed down a little bit, but it ended up working out. I still got 5th. I just wanted to get as far away from the horn as possible. That's when I went super far to the left. 3-5. Really good race again. And yeah, we're killing it so far. Now on to 3DS Rainbow Road. Now this track's a little bit different in terms of how it plays. Since it's basically a 1-lap track, you're not going to see lots of bagging at all. And I thought that Nana would hit one of my Nanas that were revolving around me. That's why I didn't bother to change my line. But I think I should have tried to stay out of the way. I just didn't think I was hitting it, to be honest, at that angle. But yeah, now I'm in the back here. You basically can't stop on this track at all, because that's just giving yourself a death sentence, because shock rarely happens, and it's just essentially impossible to catch up if you don't, like, you can really only get hit once on this track if you get hit at the beginning. So I gotta really focus and make sure I don't get hit by any random fire. I decided to not chain my star just because I didn't think I was getting the double. And I didn't want to chain my shroom because I'm going to use my star later. So if I did want to chain, it would have been both, because I would have tried to get another star in pocket. But I didn't want to have my star out for it to get ghosted in the future, so that's why I held. And then here, I thought I was getting redded, so I used my shroom. Just in case it wasn't going for me, I was going to be able to react in time and not have to star up. But I wanted to at least chain my shroom, just in case the red was going for me. And I ended up getting redded, so I was able to use the star. And then here, I just have to hope for a good box, which I got triple shrooms. It's a really good box. Now I have to just avoid what's happening in front of me. So I go a little bit to the right, and then I go to the left to try and go around him and potentially trail him. That's why I pulled out my triple reds. I go a little bit wide here just to avoid the fire, because he's going to spam it tight. And even though sometimes if I go tight, I avoid the fire and get 4th ahead of that ghost, but it's just a lot of these times you have to make little sacrifices to try and, you know, in the long run, make the better play. Because if I get hit by the fire there, I'm probably getting like 9th. So that's why I went wide there instead of trying to squeak it out at the end. And I see a lot of players make that mistake, as they just try and go for too much at the finish line, and when they should be playing safe. So yeah, that's a very common mistake and a very big mistake that amateur, even some pro players make sometimes. They just go for it all a little bit too much at the end, and it costs them. But yeah, got trailed out pretty early, so of course I'm not going to bag just yet. I'm a decent amount of coins, and a lot of people can die here, and I can take their coins. I ended up missing all the coins there, which was kind of sad, but it's alright, because I'm going to get another one here. And the big thing that you want to focus on in your races is you want to get your coin count up to 10 before lap 3, for sure. And if it's not at 10 before lap 3, you need to be in a really good spot, like 2nd or 3rd, something like that, and you'd be on high enough coins still, even if you are not on 10. So luckily I'm on 8 right now, and I'm in 4th, which is a good enough position to be in, and now I'm on 9, heading into lap 3, and I might get an extra one here. I decided to shroom up and then shroom here, because I didn't think everyone would die, but everyone did die after all. I think Liam was the guy who redded out first, but that he died to like someone's trail or whatever. But now we're 1-3. I just have to hope for no blue, and hope that this guy, I think, has a horn. I just have to try and avoid his horn. I think I take a really good Nisk here, and I'm able to get away from him, which is really nice. I just have to... I'm going to hold this fire, because my teammate's in 3rd, and I don't want to back him. Rear view also is a very important thing to watch out for. I think my teammate ends up shrooming past this guy, and he gets 2nd, which is really good, top 2. Now we're just running away with it. We're on more than 80 after 4, which is really, really good. NFC is still like up here though, so we have some competition. It's just we're doing really good, so we got to keep this up. But yeah, rear view is another important thing. I do not see nearly, like, even I sometimes don't use enough rear view in certain situations, but a lot of even mid-level players do not use enough of the rear view button. Because if you're not using rear view, you're missing out on half the race. Because there's, you know, the 50% of the race happening in front of you, and there's the 50% of the race happening behind you. So it's very important to use it. I used my shroom up there just to try and get into second straight away. And being in second is a really good spot to be in. So being aggressive early to get in that second is really good. Sometimes I get lag trailed there. And sometimes this happens where it first just fails and you end up getting blued for it. But that wasn't really my fault. I was going to be like really basically gone in second. Because I wouldn't have been able to get hit by anything with my triple nanas. And it was just a good thing to go for in general. And I was pretty confident on, like, it's more of an experience thing as to whether or not you know how you can do that sort of thing. You can't just do it blindly into someone's trail, even if you do have triples, because you're still going to get trailed through those triples a lot of the time. But, yeah, now I have triple greens. I just want to hold on to these for the most part since people have shrooms behind me. Kind of take a wide nisk to trail this guy, but he ends up shrooming past me anyways. Still want to hold these because there's no real point in getting rid of them. It's just really good protection to have in like a top mid spot. And here I just tried to avoid the fire, barely do, and get fourth, which is really good. If I died there, I'm probably getting like 9th or something. And my teammate gets first, which is really clutch. Now we're on 105 after 5. And NFC got a really bad race, so we're kind of further away from them now, almost 20 points ahead. But we still can't let up, because if we do start to, there's 2 teams right behind us that are willing to take that spot. So, and MKS is a weird track. There's like 3 different strategies you can go for. One is just straight up running, because this track is relatively short, and there's a glider section. So if you get shocked on the glider, a lot of times it actually kind of helps, especially if you get like the other spots after set. And if you get after this Nisk here, it's pretty decent to go for. The second strategy is to do what I did, which is kind of go for coins, but like kind of run as well. Because now I'm on 10. There's very few coins on this track in general, and getting them early is really good. So if you can get them early and keep running, that's really good. And then you can do also what the entire lobby did, which is 9 bag. So that's the most reliable strategy, I think. But as you can see, my strategy has landed me a shroom in first. Well, shroom in second, but my teammate's in first. He ended up doing a plant motion, I believe, which is really good because the plant gives you like mini boosts every time you obviously plant. So you can actually do motion glider while using your plant. So I used my shroom there just because I wanted to get protection, because there's no use in really trying to keep that shroom for the entire time. I ended up not pulling protection and getting redded here, which really sucked. But I still have a shroom for the end. I thought I could time it so I could get the coins and get the item, but that ended up not being the case. I thought the red was going for me, so that's why I backed the fire there. But we still got a really good race somehow out of this, even though neither of us were able to take motion glider. Still 2-4. Really nice race. My teammate also got blued, but it was right before the glider, so. Now you got Baby Park. Now, what you're seeing everyone do here is just go backwards for boxes. What you like to have happen here is you pull like triple shroom star, and then you're able to collect coins. Optimally, you want to pull star triple shrooms so you can just like bully people to get the coins. You can star them out of the way and stuff like that. But you definitely want to get your coins up here, because even though it's a super short track, it's literally impossible to avoid everyone like chaining their stars and stuff when you're in the front, because you're going to get like basically lap trolled by them. This is the only track in the game where you're allowed to quote unquote lap troll, because it's when you're bagging, it's going to happen naturally, and so they just completely allowed it, which made this essentially a bagger. But it also makes sense because you're going to be a lap behind a lot, because a lap on this track is like 15 seconds, so yeah. The shock ended up coming early, which I don't mind. That's why I held my bill for so long. But the second shock is what really killed me there. I like to use my build like late lap 4, so that cut I was about to use it in. Or if I have a good enough pull before, I like to use it on lap 5. But yeah, I just didn't want to use it there because I just thought it would not be a good... Like, if I dodge while using it early, like, I still had a lot of time to get hit by stuff. But the second shock is what really killed me, and I got 10th out of it. I think my teammate got first off this race, if I'm not mistaken. So he's just going crazy, and now he's ahead of me in points, and we're on 144 after 7. Which is an insane pace. It's like a 240 pace. So yeah, even if we let up a little bit now, we should still get first. But like I said, we can't be too lax on this because there's still 2 teams kind of right behind us. Ribbon Road, this is kind of like a mixed track. There's that big cut at the end that saves a lot of time. And what people like to do is bag this a lot because it used to be way more of a bagger, just because the TS on the glider was really brutal. And if you got TS lap 3, your race is always going to be... You're always getting bottom 4 if you get TS lap 3. But now that the glider has been made to be non-TSable, non-target shockable, it's a lot better to run in general. So there's very few tracks that have completely changed because of that. In fact, not really any at all, to be honest. But it definitely makes the tracks that used to be baggers a lot more bearable to run, like Ribbon Road, for example. There, that guy just spammed his horn, which made sense. He didn't want to get hit by my boomerang. Yeah, now I'm in 6th. I'm going to try and get this box. I didn't go for that Nisk because I knew that box was going to be contested and I didn't want to have to slow down for it. So that's why I went wide for the double there. But I'm still in a good spot. I'm in 5th. 4th now because the guy had to back out. I think he had like green shroom and he shroomed up there, so he just decided to back out for my red. And then here, the blooper's on me, and I wanted to get rid of this red and shroom up, but I kind of went like a little bit too wide. I should have gone tighter. I just thought the Mecha Koopa was tighter. But this is still a good pull. Unfortunately, there was a shock. And no one dodged it, it looked like. I thought that guy dodged, but I think he like got right out of his ghost or something. I don't know how he kept triple shrooms, to be honest. He might have gotten hit by something, actually. And he's just small on our screen. But I'm getting triple shrooms. Teammates in front of me, so I didn't fire him, obviously. 6-7, that's pretty decent. I think the Daisy ended up getting... dodging and then hitting a ground item of some sort. I don't know what exactly, but... Yeah, we're still on crazy pace, even though that wasn't the best of races. So we got 4 more to go. Like I said, there's 2 teams. I think it's NFC and B are the 2 teams that are pretty close to us, even though we're on an insane pace right now. There's just a couple teams that are shitting the bed, so that's why they're pretty close to us. So we're 3-4 now. Teammate has triple bananas, is able to trail off the guy in front. So now like 2-3, 3-4-ish. I go for these coins because I just want to space out and get those coins. Because you don't want to get trailed here on because this track is a really good runner. My teammate like failed or something or what wide path, so he threw away his nanas for me, which is really good awareness on his part. Unfortunately, we both get boomeranged here. I wanted to green that guy because I knew he was competing with us. I wouldn't normally throw that green. And it ended up getting him too, which was really nice. I try and go for him here again, multiple times, but I fail. Usually in the last 4 races where you want to try and start targeting people based on who's next to you. Unfortunately, I get boomeranged off there, which is really, really bad for me. So I just lose 6 coins there. And an extra 2 here because I wanted to stop for more coins, which I probably shouldn't have done. I should have just kept going and gone for like these coins are the ones on yellow. So that was a pretty big mistake. But I'm on 6 now, in a pretty okay spot. This guy unfortunately has a red, so I just break for him. He ends up chaining it, which skipped me, fortunately. And then here I just decided to star up early, because I need to catch up. And I wanted to go for double here, and this guy unfortunately smart bounces me right out of my star. That was just really unlucky. Not much you can do not much you can do about that. I could have started later, obviously, which would have helped. But I thought it would have made it to the set at least. And it technically would have, but yeah. I pulled a bill, so I just spam it straight away, so it's going to last me for the rest of the race. I think I dodge here, right? Yeah, at the very end. Gains me a spot. I think my teammate got 11th on this race. Yeah. So that really sucks. Now we're competing with B and NFC. We used to be like pretty far away from them, but both of them got good races, so we are pretty much... they are within striking distance, and there's 3 races left, so it looks like that targeting ended up not working out for us. Even though my mistakes were not targeting them. It was mainly that star usage and the and me going for coins when I should have just kept going. It was also way too late in the race to do something like that. If I was lap 1, I would do that, but do that normally. But in that instance, I shouldn't. Yeah, I just ended up doing my line straight into that nano. Here I decided to break for a 9th place box, but he ended up breaking as well. So at that point, the daisy's far enough gone to where I know I'm going to pull something good, even if it's like triple shrooms golden. That's why I used it there. And then here I decided to bag as well, but he stole my box and shroom boosted me past the set, which was really unlucky, unfortunately, and now I'm in last. Not good at all. And the blue is out. I'm hoping for a shock here. I ended up pulling Bill, which is just as good, if not even better. Actually, no, I think I would have wanted a shock there, but I ended up starting really early here and not chaining, just in case bottom 4 was deciding to chain it into set. And I also would cover the spam as well, just in case like someone's teammate was in a dodge right next to them. So that's why I used it at that time specifically. Because you want to be covering in general, when you have dodges, you want to be covering multiple types of shocks. So like sometimes random shocks happen, but there's types of shock in this game that are going to be happening quite often. And usually the 2 types are chaining into sets, and that star just like went inside of me. I don't know how my teammate didn't star me there. Pretty scuffed cut. But yeah, the 2 types of shocks that I'm talking about, that was a spam shock from the set. That can happen sometimes too. Like I said, if their teammate's right next to them, or they don't want to dodge too many people, they usually like spam it after the set, after they pull it. And that's generally a good shock to go for. And then also that chain into a set that I was talking about earlier, because if they don't see their teammate, they're likely to chain it. So yeah. I ended up getting 7th still because I got a 9th place box, was able to triple shroom star my way through the pack, and we got 6-7, which is not bad. But the 2 other teams got good races as well, so I think we're up like, I don't know, like 15-7 to NFC and B. I think B is the one that's closer at the moment. You guys can pause and obviously look for yourselves, but I'm doing this on a relatively smaller screen because I have like the editing software pulled up. So I have my monitor, and then like my screen is taking up less than half of what I'm editing with. So yeah, I'm not able to see exactly what points people have, but it's good enough to do post commentary because I know what's going on my screen for the most part. So yeah, this is Excite Bike. I'm essentially bagging this track. There's no excuse for that. I don't have to catch up super like straight away. I just need to ensure that I get the double. But it's not a big enough mistake to, you know, cost me anything. I end up pulling shock. I know that my teammate is the Luigi in the back, and he uses his Bill there, so I just instantly use my shock. I was able to get that shroom as well, which was really good for me. I think I pulled a star here as well. No, triple shrooms. That is basically just as good on this track because you're able to take multiple cuts. Lap 3, though, not terribly great, but again, you're able to take 2 cuts on lap 3, so it's pretty good. Pretty big mistake to hitting that wall, but it's not going to cost me too much. I'm probably going to pull another shroom here, or maybe even a ghost sometimes. Fortunately, only pulled a shroom, but still in a pretty decent spot. My teammate's in 2nd, and Ace dies here, so I hit the wall again, which is really bad, but I'm still in a decent spot in 6th place here. My teammate has like shrooms, I think. Oh no, he's right next to me, never mind. He has a shroom in 6th or 7th. Oh no, that's him right there, never mind. I don't know, does he have shrooms here? Oh yeah, he does. Oh my, that bomb. I did not. Oh, that fire. Okay. It looks like we got like 2-6 or something. I think that Waluigi DC'd. Yeah, 2-6. So, really good race. That separates us a little bit from NFC and B. I don't know exactly how far away we are in terms of points from them, but we still need to... I'm pretty sure we can lose to both of them still. So, yeah. We still need a good race here. I think it's like 8 and 15 or 8 and 20 or something. So if we get a bad spot, then if we both get bad spots, then we can both still get caught up to by them. So yeah, I just Ghost early here. Just having Ghost Star on this track is not very good because you want to be able to take this cut. Even though it's a double dodge. Double dodge is usually good to hold on a lot of tracks, but not this track. I failed at fence gap, I just went a little bit too wide there. But it's good to go for on lap 1, especially if you don't know it and you're bagging, because it's not going to affect your race a lot of the time, because you have so much time to catch up, and the gap jump saves so much time. I chain both just because I want to have a dodge here. I'm sure that I have a dodge, and I have like triple shrooms golden. And I want to be able to use the dodge into this set, which is a very common shock spot, because that set, the set before, the second set, is basically like how Grumble works and how Big Blue works, and Rainbow Road, where it's that broken cannon set or broken distance set, where a lot of times shock gets pulled. So that's why I used it there. Blue's out. I decided to chain... Okay, never mind. I thought I was going to chain all, but I only chained 2 because I got a bad line. Or I didn't even chain, but I used to, just to kind of catch up. But this is an okay spot to be in, despite how it looks, because I'm in 5th with a shroom, and if people fail gap in front of me, I'm going to get more spots. And I get 5th. So I think 1 person or 2 people fail gap. And my teammate got 1st. So we ended up winning, which was really nice. Really good win for us. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And that was, I think, the first non-squad win of the series, which is really awesome. And yeah, see you guys next time.